sale of tobacco to children and kids 18 years and younger, the cities of Fountain and Manitou Springs passed the non-cigarette tobacco product retail licensing ordinance that became effective in 2012. This ordinance happened because a bunch of students got together and told their communities that making healthy choices about tobacco was important to them, which means this ordinance was about more than just creating a new law. It was a reflection of young people's desire for their community's help in making healthy decisions and environments. This is where you come in. As a store owner, operator, manager, or employee, this ordinance requires you to have a license if your store sells non-cigarette tobacco products, such as chew or spit tobacco, cigars, and snus, just to name a few. And a person has to be at least 18 years old before you can legally sell him or her tobacco products. So once you have your license, there are a few things you have to do to make sure you can keep it. First, you have to display the non-cigarette tobacco retailer license in a highly visible place in your store, someplace that everyone is likely to see. Second, you have to check a valid ID of anyone trying to buy tobacco products who looks like he or she is 30 years old or younger. That's anyone, a teenager, a college student, a very youthful-looking grandmother. Just ask for a valid form of ID and check the date of birth and photo to make sure. You'll want to make sure the ID hasn't been altered. Inspect the ID for raised surfaces, extra thickness around the edges, or ragged edges, or crooked text, or text that looks like it has been erased and retyped. You'll want to be thorough to avoid any violations or penalties against your store. A good rule of thumb is no ID, no sale. Next, make sure that none of your employees who are under the age of 18 handle non-cigarette tobacco products, including selling, stocking, or retrieving the products. And finally, it is against the law for your store to have any self-service displays for non-cigarette tobacco products. There are legal penalties for not following the ordinance. A store owner will receive a fine in the range of $100 to $500 for each time the owner or an employee sells tobacco to an underage person. Depending on how many violations happen in a year, the store owner can even have their license suspended or revoked, which would mean not getting to sell tobacco products at all. Let's talk about what products are covered under this ordinance. It'll be helpful if you make a list. Chew or spit tobacco, pipe tobacco, cigars and cigarillos, snus, snuff, sticks, strips, and orbs, and hookah tobacco, often called shisha. On the other hand, FDA-approved nicotine replacement therapy products are not considered non-cigarette tobacco products. Also remember, if you suspect that someone is purchasing tobacco products for a kid who is underage, you have the right not to sell to that person, even if he or she is over 18 years old. By following the non-cigarette tobacco product retail licensing ordinance, you avoid costly and maybe even permanent penalties that come from the illegal sale of tobacco products to minors. But even better, you can play an important role in helping kids stay safe and healthy. Thank you for your cooperation in helping children be healthy and safe.